swinging in, and it's a fair ball, and Wayzata wins it. Champlin Park back to state for the third straight year.
Hello and welcome to Sports Jam for the week of December 10th. I'm John Jacobson.
I'm Jay Wilcox. This week on the program, highlights from the first full week of high school boys basketball games, plus girls basketball, hockey, wrestling, and more.
Later, we'll meet Park Center basketball and football player Emmauel Tamba in our Sports Jam Spotlight. And I'll talk to two Champlin Park volleyball All-Americans playing in a big All-Star event later this week.
Let's tip off the show with girls basketball. The Cooper girls enjoyed a memorable season last winter, winning the state Class 3A championship. The Hawks got off to a slow start this season, losing their first two games. They hope to right the ship when they hosted Class 3A's top-rated team, De La Salle. The Hawks championship team and a poster on the gym wall. It's a good start for Cooper. Aja Wheeler drives for the layup in an early 8-2 lead. She scores 12 on the night. They go around the perimeter and then inside to Kiara Wheeler for 2 plus the foul, and it's 10-4 Hawks. She scores 11. Andrea Tribble drives and loses it, but it's right to Arthel Massaquoi for the layup. She has a strong game inside. De La Salle battles back though. Kate Graham nails a 3, and the Islanders are within 30-24 at the half. Second half, and Cooper gets it up court to Massaquoi for the crossover move that leads to a hoop and foul. It's part of an 18-point night for her. After trailing by double digits, the Islanders rally. Elena Jones hits a jumper plus a foul. She nets 15. Cooper's lead is down to 5. But Massaquoi and the Hawks hold on to win for the first time this season. 63-58 Cooper is the final.
The Osseo girls basketball team has a new head coach this year in Doug Erline. The Orioles were looking for their first win of the season after 3 losses when they hosted Big Lake. Early first half, and the Orioles' Maggie Bauer hits a 3-pointer from the wing to give Osseo a 7-5 lead just 90 seconds into the game. Jay Quate finds Bauer open in the corner, and the sophomore knocks down another 3, and Osseo's up by 5. Back comes Becker. Mia Huberty driving the lane to score 2 of her 14 points. Hornets take a 3-point lead on the Orioles. But Osseo comes back to tie just before halftime. Anna Corona kisses a shot off the glass. And the teams are knotted at 32 at the break. Early second half, Quate misses her shot, but Jaden Klein is there for the putback basket. Big Lake, though, comes back to win this one. Kayla Teig to Reagan Sternquist, who takes it to the hoop to score 2 as the Orioles lose 56-49. Osseo begins conference play this week. The big Breakdown Sports Tip-Off Classic featured 32 good boys basketball teams from around Minnesota, filling up the Lindbergh Center for over 12 hours of hoops on Saturday. One of those games featured Champlin Park against the top-ranked team in Class 2A, Minnehaha Academy. You may have heard of the Red Hawks' Jalen Suggs, the All-State junior with a breakaway dunk. He scores his team's first 5 points. And then it's Suggs coming down the baseline to slam home 2 more to put the Red Hawks up by 7 early. Bennett Otto should have a big year for the Rebels. He drives in traffic, scores, and is fouled. 27 points in the game for the senior. Then it's Otto driving and kicking the pass out to the corner, an open 3 look for Ethan Renz. He scores, and the Rebels lead it by 2. Nice drive by Minnehaha freshman Prince Aligby, who then dishes to 7-footer Chet Holmgren for the dunk. Red Hawks lead by 3 at halftime on a busy day at the Breakdown. Second half, it's the Rebels' Jacob Johnson dialing up a 3. He scores 12 points on the night. Otto starts her drive from the wing and then gives it up to big Alex John for the dunk. 8 points in the game for the senior. This game stayed fairly close, but in the end there was no stopping Suggs. He hammers home 2 more of his game-high 33 points as Champlin Park loses 79-68. The Rebels host Wayzata on Thursday. Also at the Breakdown, Hopkins faced Lakeville North. Both teams ranked in the top 5 in Class 4A. Jalen Deering passes to Kerwin Walton, who hits a 3 from the corner to give the Royals a 6-0 lead. Walton scores 17 in the game. Jack Rush counters with a 3 for the Panthers. They trail it by 3. North comes back to take the lead by halftime. Rush with another triple. He had 12 points in the game. 37-35 Panthers at halftime. Second half, Andy Stafford drives baseline for the Royals, spots Dane Zimmer open for the jumper. Royals lead by 6. Zeke Naji had a big game for the Royals. The University of Arizona signee knocks down 3 of his 25 points here. Hopkins starting to build the lead. Naji gives the ball to Stafford, who makes a great spin move into the lane, scores and is fouled. Hopkins leads by 15. Lakeville North makes a run late, but it's the Royals winning 78-72. They play at Minnehaha Academy on Tuesday. In other games Saturday at the Breakdown, Wayzata cannot overcome 40 points from De La Salle's Jameson battle. The Trojans lose 70-49. Cooper loses by a single point to St. Thomas Academy. Jack Thompson, 37 points to top the Cadets. And Park Center wins their thriller, edging Eden Prairie on a 3-point buzzer beater. The Pirates are now 3-0. Also at the Breakdown, Totino Grace beat Brooklyn Center. Eric Krieger with 23 points to pace the Eagles. And Breck is now 3-0 following their 57-52 win over Lake City. David Roddy scores 22 points for the Mustangs.
The Maple Grove boys basketball team is coming off a trip to the state tournament last season, their 3rd in a row. They opened this season by heading up I-94 a few exits to take on Rogers. First half, Jared Rainey with a nice pass to Kyle Dreyer for the Maple Grove hoop. And then it's Rainey to Rashawn Parker, and he nails a 3 for a 20-12 Crimson lead. But Rogers goes on a 10-0 run. Garrett Van Isle with the steal and basket for a 22-20 Royals lead. Just before halftime, Jay Kerman hits from long range. Rogers leads 29-26 at the break. Both teams are cold to start the second half, but Maple Grove finds a groove. They break the press, and Jared Rainey scores 2 of his game-high 16. Then Nate Adams and Dreyer hit back-to-back threes for a 37-33 Crimson lead. Adams nets 14 in the game. Parker gets a steal and goes all the way for the hoop for Maple Grove. He scores 10. Maple Grove wins its opener 57-44. They host STMA on Tuesday. One of the area's top boys basketball stars from the 1990s is back at his alma mater as the new head coach. John Bryant takes over this winter at Armstrong. Coach Bryant on the left facing Zach Doring in Apple Valley, the state 4A runner-up last season. The visiting Eagles get out to a good start. Cortez Brown scores. It's 9-0. They miss an outside jumper, but Bilal Kone is there for the rebound and putback plus a foul. He misses the subsequent free throw, but it's 14-5 Eagles. Armstrong comes back. Adam Bewin knocks down a three-pointer to bring the Falcons back within 19-16. It's 26-20 Apple Valley at halftime. Armstrong comes out firing in the second half. Bewin's 3 ties it at 28. He scores 17 to lead all scorers. Apple Valley surges again. Max Sanders across to Isaiah Davis for 3, and the Eagles go up 39-31. Armstrong keeps coming back, though. Their press forces a steal here, and it leads to a three-pointer for Cole Preem. This shot ties the score up at 51 all. But Apple Valley makes the last big play in the game as Michael Christensen will rebound a miss and score plus a foul. The Eagles edge Armstrong 54-51.
Coach Bryant might have wanted to suit up and play for the Falcons.
Yeah, he was pretty good back in his day. They've had a couple of tough opponents early on the schedule, but they should be all right by the end of the year. Straight ahead, hockey and wrestling highlights, and later we'll meet a 2-sport standout for the Park Center boys basketball team.
The Maple Grove boys hockey team is off to a strong start this season.
The Crimson faced off with another local squad, Armstrong Cooper, that was coming off a win over Centennial earlier in the week. This game at Maple Grove. Nice pass by the Crimson number 8, Justin Janicki, to Trevor Kukkonen, who's wide open on the backside for a shot and goal. Maple Grove leads 1-0 in the first period. They transition quickly from defense to offense, and Kukkonen feeds Tyler Kostelecki, who gets free. He's in alone and makes a nice move to score. It's 2-0. Still in the first period, and Henry Nelson passes to Kukkonen, and he'll find Janicki in front. He jams the puck in. The Crimson leading it 3-0 after one period after that goal. Maple Grove is up 4-0 in the second when the Wings get one. Matt Campion shot trickles off goalie Jack Winicki and in, and it is a 4-1 game. But Maple Grove gets the next 2. Kyle Kukkonen on the rush passes to his brother Trevor, who taps it in for another Crimson goal. That makes it 5-1, and it's a hat trick for Trevor Kukkonen. And the senior picks up the second assist here, passing to Nelson over to Kostelecki for the one-timer and goal. Maple Grove wins 7-3. They also beat Anoka last week and enter the week at 5-0-1.
The Champlin Park boys hockey team won its season opener before losing to Maple Grove. They faced another of the top teams in the Northwest Suburban Conference's North Division in a crossover game. Rebels at home to play fourth-ranked Andover. Huskies' Nick Dainty passes to Luke Tron for the one-time goal. It's a power play goal and a 1-0 lead. Later in the first, Rebels can't clear their zone. Gunnar Thorson lasers a shot home, and it's 2-0 Andover. Second period, nice work down low by the Huskies, and Garrick Shifsky finds Kyle Nelson. He waits out Champlin Park goalie Brennan Boynton to score for a 4-0 lead. But Boynton is an unsung hero in this game. He faces 61 shots and makes 57 saves in the losing effort. 4-0 Andover is the final.
In girls hockey, Osseo Park Center is approaching last season's win total already. The Stars skated for a third straight victory as they played host to Armstrong Cooper. Osseo Park Center's Laura Denchfield shoots from the circle and scores for a 1-0 lead just 3 minutes in. Then a couple minutes later, it's Chloe Lewis back to Denchfield for the one-timer blast. That's a power play goal. Osseo Park Center leads 2-0 after the opening period. In the second period, Gabby Bodine goes to the net to score, and OPC with a commanding lead 3-0. But Armstrong Cooper battles back in this one. Leah O'Brien on the rush, and her shot goes off the defenseman's stick and in. The Wings cut the deficit to 3-1 after 2. In the third period, they get another goal. Izzy Kriesel's shot is stopped, but O'Brien is able to slide the rebound in. The Wings pull within 3-2. But Denchfield adds an insurance goal for her third of the night as Osseo Park Center wins 4-2. They lost to Minneapolis and beat Rochester John Marshall later in the week. In prep wrestling, Maple Grove was Section 5 3A runner-up last season. They had their first dual meet of the 2018-2019 season as they hosted Eden Prairie, with both teams missing some key guys. After 3 EP wins, 8th grader Max Johnson of Maple Grove gets the takedown on his way to a tech fall at 126. 6th-ranked Gavin Peterson gets a pin for the Crimson in the 145-pound match as he beats Landry Goodwin. That pulls Maple Grove within 20-17. But it's all Eden Prairie from there. At 160, Jordan Todd pins Joey Burnt to start a series of falls for the Eagles. 182-pounder Isaiah Thompson gets in on the pin parade for Eden Prairie as he finishes Johan Rodvik. Eden Prairie rolls to a 56-23 win over the Crimson. And John, also Wayzata's wrestlers took second place at the Chaska Chanhassen Invitational Saturday.
Good showing for the Trojans. Next up in our Sports Jam Spotlight, meet one of the leaders of Park Center's strong boys basketball team.
The Park Center boys basketball team is ranked 5th in Class 4A entering this week. In this week's Sports Jam Spotlight, we meet a driving force for the Pirates' strong squad. Emmauel Tamba is the type of guy any coach wants on the team. The Park Center senior is in his 4th varsity basketball season. He probably won't lead the Pirates in scoring often, but Tamba does a little bit of everything and has learned a lot from freshman year until now.
I would say I'm more patient. I understand that, scoring isn't everything. I'm one of the guys on the team, who don't mind doing the dirty work, diving on the floors, jump balls, stuff like that. So we all know our roles, and I know my role real well. And I think that's what makes us that's what made us good last year, and I think that's really going to take us a little bit further this year. So I would say my biggest strength, defense and slashing to the hoop. And what I could work on is, shooting. You can always work on shooting, but I pride myself off of defense, so more of an energy guy.
Hearing and talking about what he's brought to the program kind of naturally starts making me think about life without him, and that's when I start getting a little nervous because he's meant everything to this program. He from day one has kind of embodied what we want Park Center Pirates to be. He's super unselfish, super responsible, on and off the court. And on the court, he's a winner.
Park Center's been on a steady rise the past few seasons. They had a great 24-win season last winter, but a section final loss to rival Osseo left them feeling empty at the end of the season. So the past success isn't something Emmauel dwells on as they start a promising season.
It's something we acknowledge, but you know, our goal is to strive and get better each and every year. So last year was great. Now we got to prove that we're a better team than we were last year.
Park Center was state runner-up in 2013, but when Emmauel and his senior teammates, including Tommy Chapman and Kahari Broadway, were entering high school, the program had a tough stretch. He never considered playing elsewhere, though.
We had this kind of figured out, like, we have a good team. We had a good team in elementary. We won state in grade school. And we're like, you know, if we keep on going on this track, you know, why not win state in high school, you know?
Emmauel's also a good student and found a new way to be more involved with his school.
I'm in Link Crew. It's a leadership class we have here at Park Center where we go around, you know, help freshmen, talk to freshmen, answer questions they have, stuff like that. So I'm really proud of that. So I'm glad one of my teachers got me into that.
Park Center's football program hasn't had the same level of success as the boys' basketball team.
And here comes Tamba showing off the speed.
That hasn't stopped speedy running back Tamba from excelling. He racked up 1,200 all-purpose yards this fall despite missing a couple of games with an injury.
I loved every minute. You know, it's been frustrating, you know, the last 3 seasons that I've played, but, you know, I've enjoyed building relationships with coaches and our players, you know, so it was fun. I've actually started football earlier than I did basketball. I think 1st grade or 2nd grade, yeah, and I started basketball, I think 3rd grade. And football's always been my first love, but I ended up taking a year off my freshman year because, you know, I wanted to pursue basketball more, but now I realize, you know, football's still probably my first love.
Man, just a lot of leadership, loyalty, worked hard. He was a guy who was in the gym in the summer, or in the weight room in the summer, and on the field, just trying to make guys better. When I implemented 9 or 11 practices in the summer, he not only was doing AAU basketball, he was at football. Like, the kid is the ultimate leader, and I couldn't be more blessed to have coached him.
While he's getting some college interest in both sports, Emmauel, who intends to study engineering, is leaning toward the gridiron.
I plan on playing football in college, so I don't know where yet. You know, wherever that takes me, whatever college I land at, I'll be happy to play at, you know, but I'm undecided right now.
He's got plenty of skill and heart, and one other thing that's hard to miss, besides the goggles, is Emmauel Tamba's big smile.
When you talk about his smile's infectious, and he does it a lot. He's a kid who he loves to compete because it's fun to him. And when he's smiling, I know things are going well because that means our team's playing well because he's so in tune with what everybody else is doing and how they're doing. You know, he thinks about himself last.
Tamba's getting interest from a lot of Division II football schools around Minnesota and the upper Midwest. He's going to miss a bit of Pirates basketball this month to attend a family wedding in Liberia. Sports Jam returns as John talks with 2 Champlin Park volleyball players who are set to compete in a national event at the Target Center.
Welcome back to Sports Jam. The Under Armour All American volleyball match is this coming Friday night at Target Center in Minneapolis. 2 Champlin Park players will be part of 24 high school All-Americans who will be competing in that match. Lauren Clark and Izzy Ashburn. And Izzy, first of all, congratulations. This is got to be a great honor.
Yeah, thank you.
Tell me about how you were selected and when you found out.
We found out during the high school season, and John, our head coach, just announced it to our whole team, and it was really fun. It was really cool to see the excitement of everybody, and it's really fun to see that our team gets so excited for everybody.
It's your last high school event. How exciting is that for you?
Well, this is the last time I'm playing with Lauren, so I'm really excited, and it's going to be really exciting to play on that court and with those people and just such amazing talent from everywhere around the country.
How many of these girls do you know or have you played against in club volleyball during the summers?
I mean, I think a lot of us know of each other, and I know a few personally, but not too many, so it's going to be really exciting to play with them, especially before we play each other in college.
Do you get any practice time before the match?
Yeah, a couple days. We'll go down there early, practice for a couple days, stay in a hotel, do some stuff downtown, and then just play the game and watch the Final Four.
What do you try to get out of playing in an all-star event like this?
I love it. I love competing in any kind of game. I mean, I'm just a really competitive person, and I think it's going to be really fun just because everybody there is going to be competitive like that, and we're just going to have a lot of talent on both sides and at every practice during the game, and it's going to be really fun to see how we compete with the girls from around the country.
It's been about a month now since your state championship. What's that 4 weeks been like?
It's been fun. There's a lot of congratulations, and it just still doesn't seem very real, and I'm just really excited to see what they can do next year too.
Good luck next year at Wisconsin.
Thank you.
Lauren Clark will be headed to Penn State, also part of this all-star event on Friday night. And Lauren, tell me about your reaction to finding out you were going to be part of this.
I'm really excited. I actually had the opportunity to go to the match last year, and it was actually one of my goals. So when John told us, I was pretty excited. It's really cool that Izzy gets to experience it with me.
Is that fun to have a teammate with?
Yeah, it's definitely really fun, and the fact that it's in Minneapolis this year, it's kind of cool that a lot of our family members are going to be able to come, and it's going to be fun to be in the comfort of our own home.
You'll both be playing Big Ten volleyball next year. Will this Final Four weekend kind of give you guys a little bit of a taste and get you more excited even for collegiate volleyball?
Yeah, I love watching college volleyball, and I'm really excited to be a part of it next year. And I think it's going to be cool to watch all the girls and just kind of take a few notes on what will help us next year for playing. You've
already graduated. You head to Penn State pretty quickly here, don't you?
Yeah, I'm leaving in January, so I'm going to be there pretty quick. So December is kind of my time off to just really train and get ready for college.
For you this weekend, you don't have to prove anything to anybody. Do you just go out there and have fun, or what's kind of your goal for the match?
I'm just really excited to be playing with such amazing talent, and all the girls are going to be very good. So it's going to be a really competitive match that I'm just excited to go out and play in.
Have fun and good luck next year at Penn State.
Thank
Lauren Clark, Izzy Ashburn, both part of the Under Armour All American volleyball match. It comes up Friday night at Target Center, all part of the Final Four weekend for women's volleyball this week in Minneapolis. We'll take a break and wrap up the show in a moment. First, here's a look at our plays of the week.
For Krieger, another attempt. He got the buzzer. Krieger beat the first half buzzer, and he beats the second half buzzer as well.
What makes your community feel like home? Is it knowing what's happening in your neighborhood? Or when people know your name? Connections make us a community. For more than 30 years, Northwest Community Television has connected citizens, neighbors, even sports fans through video. You can learn about the latest news through our truly local newscast. We cover and air around 150 high school sporting events every year. For our cities, we air parades and city meetings that you can watch whenever you want. Then, any citizen of our cities can create and share their own original content. We'll even teach you how to use the equipment too. We have always provided you with a connected community experience, and as life gets busier than ever, we will continue to engage, inform, and inspire through CCX Media, so you can stay connected to the place you call home.
Don't miss the Girls High School Holiday Hockey Classic from December 27th to the 29th at the New Hope Ice Arena. Find out more at ccxmedia.org under Cities and in the Community.
Our game of the week is a good boys basketball matchup between two of the more successful teams in the area the past few seasons as Wayzata takes on Champlin Park. Watch the game live Thursday night on channels 799 and 12 and online at ccxmedia.org. You can catch a replay that night at 10 o'clock. And that will do it for this week's show.
We'll see you next week. Thanks for watching.